Well, it's Senior Bowl week here in Mobile, just 5 days to kick off tonight here at the Battleship Pavilion. Players and coaches will gather for media night. A handful of Alabama and Auburn players will be in attendance, as well as a few local guys. Of course, bringing you all the Senior Bowl week coverage. I'm Simone Eli inside the pavilion. Now, earlier today, things got kicked off with the annual weigh-in. And the reason that this is so important to NFL coaches and scouts is because when you're in the college game, the numbers are quite inflated on the roster. Guys are a lot heavier, guys are a lot taller than they are. Like back when I was playing college basketball, the roster had me at 5'11". I haven't even hit 5'8" yet, so you get what I'm saying. Nonetheless, today, numbers couldn't lie. It was a day to remember for those participating in the Senior Bowl. The National Football Scouting weigh-in took place early this morning, which for most of the athletes meant bearing a little more than usual.
It was good. It was cool. I've never done anything like that before, so a bunch of big crowd out there looking, so it was cool.
For some players, like Auburn defensive end Dee Ford, this morning was a turning point to pro football.
It sunk in. It sunk in when I walked through that meat market just now. So it's all good, though. I'm used to eyes being on me, I'm saying.
For sure. I can see Dee Ford feeling that way, though, because that's like what he does. He eats clean, works out every day, 3 times a day, so I can see that.
I know, they said strip down. I was the first one, Nah, I'm just playing. Like I said, this is an amazing experience.
For Mobile natives Solomon Patton and Jimmy Ward, the weigh-in was a little different as well.
Oh, it's pretty weird, because there's so many people out there, and, they strip us all the way down, but it's definitely, it's a good experience, though.
Crazy experience, very exciting, but, there's some things that you got to do when you're trying to participate in the Senior Bowl.
Now over at Fairhope Stadium this afternoon, the South team suited up for practice in front of coaches and scouts. All the players from the SEC are on the South roster, excluding Missouri. Auburn's Chris Davis, Dee Ford, and Jay Prosch were all in action, as well as Alabama's Kevin Norwood and Adrian Hubbard. Those are just a few of the players highlighting the South roster this year. Some of them spoke to the media after practice.
It feels awesome, just another stepping stone to get to the next level, and just something I gotta, prove that I'm good enough to be here.
Ever since I was little, I wanted to be in the NFL. I get to come out and showcase my talent and show these scouts what I can do, and give them a reason to pick me at a higher level.
And back over in Mobile at Ladd Stadium, the North team suited up for their first practice. The team was in action for about 2 hours. Mobile native Jimmy Ward, a Northern Illinois standout, is on the roster for the North squad. A big name on that team is also Taj Boyd, the Clemson quarterback standout. The North team will practice again tomorrow at Ladd. That'll begin at about 9:30 a.m.
Basically, I've seen a lot. I got to get better knowledge of, the playbook. Basically, I got to work on technique. And one thing I did good, I said I take coaching good. Sometimes coaches got on to me, but, I made that transition.
I think the first day was really good just to get out there and compete again. And, there's a lot of guys out here with a lot of great talent, so it's nice to measure yourself against the best.
Of course, you can follow everything leading up to the big game Saturday right here on Fox 10. We'll have player and coach interviews every day, practices, events, everything Senior Bowl you could ask for, we've got it. So tune in to Fox 10 or fox10tv.com for our continuing coverage. Now, talking some professional football over the weekend, the conference championship games wrapped up. 2 incredible games, and by the way, 2 games that I called. Both teams are the top of their division, and they're headed to the Super Bowl. For the AFC, it's the Denver Broncos, and for the NFC, it's the Seattle Seahawks. And of course, the only way you can watch that game is right here on Fox 10. It's Super Bowl 48. It's going to be February 2nd at 5:30. Like I mentioned, right here on Fox 10, Denver and Seattle will go head-to-head for the Lombardi Trophy. Of course, you can follow everything leading up to that big game right here on Fox 10 or fox10tv.com for our continuing coverage of the Super Bowl. But for now, inside the pavilion at the Battleship Park, I'm sports anchor Simone.